Alrighty guys. Alright. Let's make sure I remove stuff I don't need anymore in here. I think I already closed it. Be good to go. Alright. Welcome guys to another stream here today, or if you're watching this later on after it gets uploaded, welcome to another video here today. I hope you guys are doing great and wonderful on this day. I will be okay, so I got everything set up already. But yeah, if you're new here, this is Dev. I'm here working on game projects and demos and all of that. And I just recently started live streaming. This is probably my 5th one or 6th one, I think. I forgot how many I have already. And I'm just, recording my journey on making stuff. And I'm currently working on this game called Edenville. And we're going to be continuing working on that today. Yesterday's stream, we ended up continuing working on the quests. We created a UI for it and be able to see all the stuff on the screen and be able to see what's going on when you talk to an NPC and it gives you a quest, right? So today I wanted to finalize that since we didn't finish it yesterday. I did work on it a little bit after the stream throughout the day, and I can show you what I have and how it looks like right now. I think what I'd like to do is in my dev panel, my dev UI, is to create a section to add a quest to myself, just for easier adding to the player. Because then right now I have to go back inside the house, talk to the NPC, and it gives me so. Maybe I can add something here, maybe below this other one. This one gives you items automatically. Maybe below it I'll probably put quests that I can add to myself. I think that'll be pretty sweet if I can do that. It's a very simple thing to add. I'll probably do it after this. Be the first thing we add. Be the first thing we add. Excuse me. Alright. So if I remember last time, it gives you 2 quests, right? So now we have this section now. And I updated it. So I added some buttons in the bottom to, if you want to make it active. My plan with the active is that if you you select a quest and you make that quest to be active, it will show in the left side of the screen. Well, a little UI will pop up, panel or pop up, I guess, will show up here, and it will tell you what is the quest and what you need to do, and it tells you the progress of it. So that's what I want the active to be. The delete would be if you want to remove the quest. I don't know if I wanted to do that. Maybe I can do it for some. Maybe I will not do it for like the main quests, but for side quests, maybe you don't want to do it anymore for whatever reason. You want to remove it from the UI, then you can just delete it. So I'll disable this for main quests, because then I don't know what happens after that. Maybe I should take account for that. But yeah, so I made it a little bit bigger now. As you can see, you can actually see what's going on in here. And then I added the tabs. The first tab is for the active quest that you have not completed. And then the other one will be for completed quests, which will be in here. I don't have any completed quests at the moment, but that's where it will be at. So that's what I did after the stream yesterday. I did work on it a little bit. Actually, probably was at night. Yeah, I worked on it at night a little bit yesterday, and I did all of those changes, and it looks a little bit better. Now, one thing I need to do is probably we can do that in this stream, is to update this icon, and we could probably do like a little paper or something that kind of resembles like a quest. I think that's what I'd like to do, at least for now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we can do. But one thing I would definitely like to do in here, so I don't have to keep going back to him, is in my dev UI. If I open this bad boy up, I would like to duplicate this. So now we have this control, which then gives me an input field. I don't have anything here, right? So it'll be fine. And in the inspector, it'll be quest ID instead. We can do a quest ID, and this add button, is it hooked up to anything? It is. So let's disconnect that because I don't want to be the same as this one. This one's already connected to it, so I would like to create my own. And instead of add item, I say add quest. It'll be a really easy thing to do right now. So in here, so now that I have that, we'll add that quest into the UI dev. Connect that bad boy. And in here, we'll keep track of. Yeah, I'm trying to figure. Is it in here or is it somewhere else? Hold on. How does this one keep track of its? Oh, there we go. Item input field. Okay, I was trying to figure out where that one's located. Yeah. So let's do that in here the same way. It'll be for the quest. Instead of item, I probably should be calling it quest. So now we have that. We'll add it in here. Now we have this quest input field. And in here, we'll say quest manager create by ID, and we'll pass in the text of that. So let me double check that everything else here is fine, and if it has that ID, we'll add it. Cool. Cool. So that's basically all I need to do. That's all I need to do. So now let's go to the database real quick. Let's load it in. Resources and this, and let's go in here. We can do chopping trees or harvest hay. All right. One thing I would have loved for this to do is that if I hover over this, I would really love to copy the actual key rather than copy the entire the data inside of it. That's what it's doing. It's copying the entire thing. I would like to just copy the tree, the ID of it, and that's the only bad thing about it. But hopefully, maybe they can update that in the future. And let's turn this off because I don't need you I don't need you to be on right now. And let's run it. Let's test it out real quick. Just making sure that actually ends up working. Yeah, it's just a little thing that I would like to add to make it easier on myself. And why not have it in the dev panel? Alright, so if I go to the dev panel, I have this now. And in here, I can say, what was it? Chopping trees? Chopping trees. So we add that. I should probably clear this thing after harvest. Okay, I think it was harvest. Hey. Alright, so in here. Cool, there we go. Now I have it. Nice. One last thing I would like to do is to clear that out after which is not in here. I keep going back to C++, but it's in here in JD scripts. Go back to dev tools real quick. I would really, yeah, actually do it in here. Weird I didn't do it on myself here. Cool. So this should be fine. Cool. Alright, let's remove you. I gotta learn to remove this because then it gets super long and I have no idea what's going on anymore after a while. I don't think I'm gonna use the database for a little bit. I don't need you right now. I don't need color. I don't know if I need the rest yet, but cool. So I did that. All right. So let's go back to the. one thing is just debating it. It's very simple. I don't trying to figure out if there's anything else in here that you should have besides just the title and then the progress of it, how long you've been doing this thing, right? So I think for now it'll be fine. Cool. All right, so in here, what else did I wanted to do, or something else that I wanted to do in here? Still haven't hooked up the active buttons, which is fine, which is definitely one of the things that probably I'll be doing right now. Yeah, let's work on that. Trying to think how I want to handle this. Excuse my throat. Sorry guys, apologize for that. My throat this morning is crazy. Alright, so let's go on, and I was about to open Visual Studio again. I'm so used to doing that. Okay. So in here, do I have, yeah, so here on active button pressed. So, well, one, I only want to show the button. I don't want to show it for everything. Let's see. I guess it's fine. Alright, well, let's just work on it, and we'll handle the bugs after if there's any. So I'll leave it as true, because maybe you want to change it to a different quest instead, right? Which is, you know, that's fine. So what I would like to do is go into the quest manager, and the quest manager will handle which is my current task, right? It will have the current quest that is active. Where's my scripts? Quest manager in here. I would like to be able to see far main active quest, and that would just be a quest in here, right? So every time I make it active in my view here, so we'll do quest manager meet my form. But let me reply real quick, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so in here we want to get the quest manager, and we want to get the main quest. I guess I haven't saved it, have I? That's why he doesn't know about it. Main active quest, I think it was called. Actually, before I even do that, I want to make sure that I have selected something, right? So we have a selected cell, and if that is selected, inside of here we want to set the quest. So this is the main quest that we have active. Now, trying to think about it right now. So I make this quest active. How do I let know the UI like, hey, this is active now? I think I'm gonna have to go to my UI manager and make that active, right? Okay. Well, let's go to my UI manager, or let's create that UI in the first place. I think that's probably the next thing that I would like to do. Let's just open that, and that'll be my reference for right now. Inside my canvas layer, they all have scenes, which is fine. Let's create a child node. I'll be fine if it's a control. And in here, I would like to create a B-box container. I want this control to be, what's a good size for you? I don't want to make it too big. I think that should be fine. We'll place it in this, let's place it in the center here. And I create a B box because it'll make it easier on layering these guys a little bit better. Right? So here will be the title. Right? And then I have another label that I'd like to do after. And this will be the description. Like, what is this quest gonna be? Yeah, that should be fine. But I would like this to be the full size of this. So now we have all of that. Great. And here's top left. I think that's what I would like to do. I would like it to be, let's see, auto wrap mode. That's what I wanted. Okay. So I wanted to auto wrap and need it to be at a certain size. What is the size of this? Where's my layout? Transform. What is the size? It's, let's make it 80 so it's not like 81. So make it 80. And here it's crying about there's a exclamation point here because it's crying because it doesn't have a minimum on the X. Now it's gone. And I mean, technically I can also do it on the title, but just do a quick load. I think once I have better fonts in here, we can change the font sizes. Alright, because right now the font size is going to be the same as the title, and the description should be a different title. I mean, a different fonts, and it should be a little lower than the other one. So, or it doesn't necessarily need to be lower. I don't want to make it too big, right? No, I actually don't want to clip it. That's the problem. Let's see. Because right now I can only put one. I'll definitely need to be a lot lower. So it can be like defeat, right? Defeat enemies. If that is the case, and there will be 0 out of whatever, and or defeat slimes, or be investigate. Investigate cave. Yeah, I just want to make sure everything fits what I think it's gonna be. I think it should be fine. I can always make it bigger later. All right. Cool. Titles there. Okay. Or we can do we'll add a script to it. Get a new script for this little guy. We'll put it in my scripts folder, UI. I'm just gonna call it UI main, or actually let's make it similar, lowercase. UI main quest panel or mini panel. I'm gonna go with names. So let's do it like that for now. Cool. I'll just have a class name on the UI main quest panel. And the reason I don't know if I want to have panel because this is not really a panel, it's a control. So it could be a view, maybe a view will work better. Yeah, let's do a view. We'll rename this to. Let's save that. Let's go to my scripts to make sure I rename that to. Let's rename view. Oops. I thought I copied the view part and I did not. Cool. Alright, so let's go in here. So in here we have two different labels which we're gonna need. Oh, it's dumb that it doesn't do both. I used to do both before, now it doesn't want to do it, which is crazy. Oh, because they're both called labels. Which is fine. This is gonna be the title, and this is gonna be like the description or whatever the target's gonna be. Let's rename it in here as well. Title label. Description. Alright, so we have those two. And for right now, what we can do, it's not void, it's fun. Show. Is it gonna, yeah, it is. Show view, I guess. And then we have another one that's gonna be hiding it, right? Do a pass for right now. Cool. And in the show view, we can pass in the quest. Or it doesn't even need to have it actually, because the quest manager has it. So we're gonna get the quest. Main quest active. And in here we just gonna say the title. You know, just so I'm making sure. This title label, description label. And we'll do the text. So in here we gotta think about how you want to do it. We'll determine what the text and the description will be, or the title I mean. And we'll need to use need to determine what we can say in the description, and that will depend on what the action and the target will be. So using those two values, we gotta define how we want to say and how we want the text to display as a description. And what is this target? It is it's a string. Oh. Okay, so let's just do this for now. I do want to do some other stuff with it, but let's see if it ends up working how I want it to work. So for right now, there's not going to be anything here, and let's see. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go into UI Manager now, and in here we're gonna say show main quest panel or view, and we can pass it. We don't need to pass anything to the quest manager, already knows about it. And we'll need to just make a scene out of this since we're here now. It's gonna be UI main quest. Yeah, I don't even know it's on this view. And let's create a scene out of it. Create a branch scene, assets, scenes, UI, and we'll save it there. There we go. So by default, it'll be off. And in here, we want to initialize it. Get the quest view, and it's going to be show view and visibility or visible equals true, and then hide main quest view. And we can say hide view on that, and then change that back to false. And then in the main UI quest view, so once you make something active, you want to call the UI manager. It should be this one, I think. And show, nope, this is C++1. UI manager, the one with the C is the one that I want. You want to show the panel. Let's see how this looks and see if it actually does anything at all right now. Let's save all. We'll go in there and see if it actually shows up at all. Alright, ooh, see this what happens where we just gotta make sure we turn off all stuff that we don't need. UI toes, there's a character view. Alright, let's load into the game. And let's add that quest. We call it let's just call it shopping trees for now. We'll add that quest. Ooh, what happened there? Alright, let's go in here. So we now have that. We have this. Ooh. Ooh, what happened here? Oh, this is null? What's going on? Why is that null? Go to the scene real quick. It's under B box. Oh, it's because we changed the name of it. That's why I forgot to change these. But hey, at least I went in here. I mean, something's happened. Something is happening. Alright, so let's go into the dev panel actually. Let's pause. And let's add that choppy trees again. Add. Let's go in here. We make this, make it active, and it crashed. Okay. It didn't crash. Wait, no. No, nothing happened. Interesting. I thought it crashed because that's how everything paused. So I forgot in the pause menu, everything's paused. Or frozen, I should say. What happened here? Are we even going in here? It should have, yeah. We go in here, we get the quest, and the title. I mean, I know it's a text to display on screen, but I want to know the value of it. That's fun. Alright, so it looks like it is going in there. So let's figure out why it didn't show. Let's go into the UI manager canvas. So it's active, as you can see. Where are you located at? Let's put you at 0, 0, or oh, that's a size. My bad. My bad. I thought it was a position. Why is this? Yeah, Y was high, right? I'm trying to figure out why this didn't show in here. I see it shopping in here. There's nothing here. I don't wonder why that's trees, by the way. Okay, that's probably with the target, right? That's right. What happened here? Why are you showing? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Always some stuff that happens where my fault for not knowing what exactly is going on. We go to local, we go to UI. Did I close the UI menu? No, here it is. We have that there, we have this here, and it's here. So why don't you show the stuff? Why don't you show me? Why don't you show me? I'm just trying to see, maybe I can change some of the positioning of this and see if I can see it, but there's no visuals on that at all right now. Maybe I messed up somehow. Oh no, that's my my highlighting. I was like, wait, what is going on here? Yeah, it's weird that it doesn't show. Hey, what's going on here, bro? Hold on. Yeah, the values are passed correctly. The UI manager calling this to show it, which then caused this to be visible on a quest that's in the canvas layer in the UI manager. All the way over here. Maybe because it's not saved? I didn't do anything to it though. Has to be it. On the canvas layer, let's go to the UI manager. UI main quest view on the canvas layer, UI main quest views. Yeah, everything should be fine. Maybe I didn't save it. I thought it automatically saves it. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's that. I mean, if I didn't save it, it would have crashed because I wouldn't know what main quest is. Alright, I'm gonna go one more time. Or maybe multiple times, I don't know. Let's go in here, call it shopping trees again. Add that quest. Go back in here. Yeah, see, it's not there anymore. I wonder if it's because it's paused in the background. I don't think that should be it, because I won't be able to do any of this stuff. Hold on. Would that be it? I don't think so. I do not think so. Wait, it's not even on, right? Oh, it's because it's the remote one. Is there something I need to do in order to make it work? That's very strange. If we come to that one, we got more variables to deal with. Ordering process, mode inherit. Maybe they all should be canvas layer. Why did they're all canvas layers? So if I go to UI tools, maybe that's what I need to do it on. This which is very strange, but I guess so. Hold on, give me a second. So in toast, UI tool. No, that's not the what I was looking for. Is this canvas layer too? Yeah, it is. Alright. It's a canvas layer. Let's try it out. It's very weird, it still doesn't work. Anything else in here that I should know about? Everything looks fine. Yeah, that's very strange. Alright, let's go back to the other one then. UI main quest view. What I would do then is I will create another child node. That one's gonna be the control node. I just want to keep it the same. Expand. And this one is here. I don't know why. Let's just move this to the side, shall we? So we have that. And in here, we'll just pass it in here. And this could be a canvas layer instead. And we'll change this, the type to be a canvas layer. And see how that feels like. And UI manager. Let's delete that. We'll just add the scene instead. Make sure we're getting the actual scene. What is the UI main quest view? Here we go. Alright, so with that, just a double, it doesn't need it, right? It's just a canvas view. Let's turn that off. Cool. Wow, that's all of that stuff was doing it while I was running. Save all scenes, just double check. Weird that, oh, it's because you know what? These are actual classes, right? Which is why it shows this icon. These are C++ classes, which is why it shows a 0 or a little like circle icon. And the ones that aren't classes are the ones showing the actual canvas layer icon on it. So I was like, why is it different? Alright, let's try this once more. Going here, we'll call it chopping trees again. Add that. Back to UI, get this. And now we get an error. Invalid time of, oh, you know what? We changed the thing again to control, if I remember correctly. Alright, so it's under control now. UI main quest. Oh, you know what? It's actually beginning. Glad I looked at that. So we control that. Control that and remove this control here. Alright, there we go. Hydrate. Alright. Alrighty, let's add that shopping trees. And going here. There we go. So somehow it's on the top right though, top left. Was it always not? No, I remember checking it. I did not see it anywhere in here. But for whatever reason, it's in the top right, so we need to fix that. Figure out why it's actually on the top. Cool. And it crashed actually on me. Interesting. Oh, you know, is there no? I don't see anything being paused right now. Interesting. Oh, yeah, see, everything's frozen right now. But I can do stuff. Wow, interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. Like, I can't click any of my UI right now. It's frozen right now. Oh, you know why? It could be this. It could be that. Let's go into it and making sure that that doesn't block any inputs. That's what happened. I was like, why can't I click on anything? So that's one thing we need to fix. And the other thing is figure out why it's on the top right, top left. So it should have been on the side. Let's go to UI manager real quick. So yeah, so I have no control over where it's at in this location, right? It doesn't give me like the actual icons to move it to. So if we go into the actual here, there we go. Weird that it ended up being there. Okay, at least we know. And then in here we'll make sure it is. It's actually was the entire screen, wasn't it? That's crazy. Yeah, because I put the control to be the entire. Got it. Okay, so the problem here, it has nothing to do with the other thing. Is just this thing. The entire thing was being blocked by my quest view. So what will be the size of this? What did we say? The size of this? I think it was gonna be 80 on the side, right? We got the heights. Was it 40? No, I feel like that's too small. I feel like it should have been, maybe it was 80 on the height, and maybe this. Hold on, I need a reference right now. Let's put the title here. It's whatever. I need a reference right now. Let's go into my UI manager. Let's enable that and enable my character view. Oh, okay. And let's go to my quest view again. I feel like that's a little bit too long though. I mean, actually, doesn't this have some type of layout that I ended up putting? No. What happened to my minimum? It might have been my description actually. So 80 on the length of it. Interesting. It was 80. Okay. Oh, good to know. Oh yeah, it was for sure 80 down here then. So that's what I had on the X. I may end up. I feel like that's too small, right? I feel like it's way too small. But we'll leave it like this then. Go here, do that. I know it's at 80, but let's make it sure that we're using. Let's make it to 50 or 200. Let's just start 200 and see how that looks like. And in here, this should be 200 as well. Just making sure my sizes are correct, because UI can be finicky. All right, and double check the title is gonna be okay. Well, I don't want to be too big either, right? So I think a maximum of 2 lines will probably be what I wanted to show. Right? So I don't want to show anything beyond 2 lines. Can I do that? Nope, I cannot do that. Alright, so I'm gonna show maximum 2 lines. I may need to maybe move those lines a little bit closer to each other. I don't know if there's a way to do it in here. Line spacing, there we go. Is that possible? I guess not. Maybe not in there, maybe in the settings here. Line spacings. Oh yeah, that was it. I think I'll just leave it like that because it depends on the font. Like you can see, this is a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. And make that a little bit bigger, just make sure it fits. And there's space on top and on the left. And what I would like to do, well, hold on. I wanted to add some padding on this side. Wondering if it's because I think it depends on this, so it needs more space. There we go. So I wanted to add. So originally it was here, and I want to add the five padding on this side. So there we go. Now there's a little bit of padding here. I can do more, of course. So I ended up changing it to 216. Okay, so why is it going? Okay, that's why. Make sure it doesn't go beyond that. I think I kind of just messed that up. Hold on, let's do this again, and then we'll put the padding on this. That should be when H is 34. There we go. There we go. Alright, so let's clear it up this thing, because I don't need anything in there right now. Cool. So now let's save it and let's try it again. Let's try that again. And that's on. Perfecto. 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 Be off too. Okay, so we can do chopping trees. We'll add that. We'll come in here. Show that it's active. Great. It shows inside. Exactly what I wanted to do. It will change the fonts and the sizes in a bit. I think the next thing I for sure would like to do is to make it so it comes in, right? It animates in, or if you want to hide it, it animates out. And I can either do it in two ways, one in tweens or the other one as in animations. Do I want to do tweens or animations on this? Like using the animation tree for it. You can do the animation. That's not a problemo. That's where's my main quest view. So in here we can add an animation tree or animation node, whatever it's called. Player. There we go. We can add an animation player. Alright, so let's create a new animation. We call it a show. And then we create another one that's going to be hide. Right, so we want to go and show first. Anything else that I need to do in here? Sure, that's fine, 30 FPS, doesn't have to be crazy. Alright, so in here, we want to move it out. So it starts outside. Yeah, it should be fine around there. The negative 260 then. Cool. So that's why I would like it to start. When it comes to show, we'll add a tracking property track. Or can I just position here? Yes. Does it have to be 3D? Does that work? No, I'll just be safe and just use the control position here. Okay, so we'll add a key in here. So it starts at 0. Negative 260. And then at this is 1 second, huh? Yeah, let's try it. Let's do 1 second and see how that looks. And in here I want it to go to 0. So in here if I play it, it's very weird. Weird that it kind of like jitters or whatever. Okay. And then if I hide it, it's gonna be the other way. Do a property track on that control. The position. And we'll add a key in here, and this is gonna be at 0. And then at 1, I want it to be a negative 260. So we play these two. Bam. I don't know, maybe need to be a little bit faster. 0.5 from 0 to 360. Why don't you move anymore? There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I should do the same thing with show as well. Yeah, let's do that with show. Make it 0.5. Change the key to 0.5. And when it comes in, bam. Okay, yeah, that works. Alright, main quest view then. We go back to the script. You want to get a reference to this. animation player. We show this, do that, and we'll play the show. And then here we'll play the hide. Okay, let's try that and see how that looks like. I don't know if it's gonna work because the game is paused at the time, but we shall see. We shall see if it ends up working. Oops, I meant to do the panel first. At the not chooping, I mean chopping. Chopping trees. No, I'm gonna hide my panel first. Going here. Oh, it did work. Sweet. So the other thing I would like to do is to also hide it. And I'm gonna say if I click it again, I have to change the text of this word or something. Or add another button and only show it. I think that'll probably be the easier route. And only show it if this is active or not. So I can deactivate it, I guess. The wording is a little bit weird, but as you can see, it comes in and gives you the actual request on the side. Okay. All right, so let's fix that description then. We'll work on that first, and then we'll add the button after. So, in order to determine the description of how I want this to look like, for now I'll put it here, but I'll probably put it in the quest manager. You know what? Let's put it in the quest manager. Because that way I have a global reference to that function and I can just call it on there. Let's put it at the bottom. So right now, I need a way to how to create a description for that quest depending on what the action is and what the target is going to be. And just create a string out of that. So, create description, I guess. And we'll pass in the quest. It'll be the quest. And this is, I wanted to return a string. Alright. And let me look into what is, I know there's some format. I would like to use it in GD script. I have to string format some stuff. And I've done it before. Format, string format. Alright, GD strings, formats and stuff in here. That's what I would like to do here. Got it. So we can do something like this where, let's see how it's gonna look. So return, a string, right? The first one is gonna be let's look at the data table real quick. So the action shopping is, yeah, that should be fine. Actually, it's not that difficult to create. I don't even need to do any string formatting for it. Maybe for the progress is probably the only formatting I need to do. Okay. Let's go back to the script. So it'll be the action. Then we'll have another one for action. And then it's going to be some type of percentage, which is the progress, over another percentage, right? And if Then we do a percentage, which could be an array. And in here we do the quest, that action. We'll do quest target. And then will be the progress and the quest quantity. So we can do that. And in the main quest, let's see how that ends up looking when we see it in here. So instead of just saying that, we'll do the quest manager create a description, and we'll just pass in the quest. Okay, yeah. Cool. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Let's go to the dev tools, the shopping trees. We'll do shopping trees and we'll do harvest hay as well. So we have two different ways of showing it right now. We got shopping in here. Make it active, and there we go. Shopping. I have to create a good title for it. But it'll be shopping trees, and it gives you the progress of what's going to be, so that way it's on screen for you if you ever want it. I may be able to also hide it as well, like hide it a little bit like a tab, and then if you want to bring it out again, you can bring it out again. But that's just like URL kind of things in the future. It definitely needs a background, right? But let's see, let's go to harvest, make that active. And it's harvest hay. 0 out of 10 that we need to harvest. Be a title for this. I mean, the title can just be the actual action, right? Harvest, and then it'll be hay, 0 out of 10. That'd be like a very simplistic way of showing it right now. I think I'll just leave it like this, you know, because I wanted it, you know, at least it's working. Well, then I would like to create a background for it though. Maybe I'll do like a transparent black for now until we can have something cool for it. So inside the control, we can add a color rec. That'll be in the back, and that is going to expand the entire way. And it's going to be black, like I said, and it's going to be, let's make it 78. Let's see how that looks like. Let's see how that looks like right now. Harvest. Yeah, sure. Harvest hay. And here we go in here, active. Cool. Now we have a little background. We'll definitely make it look better over time. And it's not to harvest 30 hay. So there's still a couple things I need to do. One is add the activate button in here. 2 is to be able to detect these progress that we're doing, right? So every time I harvest the hay, I find a way to pass it along to my quest manager to increase the progress for this UI here, and then update the UI afterwards. So now I'm like on screen and it shows. It's probably a little bit too low than I wanted to. A little bit lower than I wanted it to be at, but yeah, you know why? It's because I messed up. And just make sure the height is 94 for my animations. And here it's probably 360 right now, and it shouldn't be 360, right? 94. I did grab the right one, right? Control 94 height. Okay, so the other one can just be like, okay. Oh, what happened there? Did I mess up, or I swear I thought I grabbed it the right way. Hold on. Oh yeah, it is 313, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I shows this. Boom. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. I looked at the wrong one. Okay, cool. So now it comes in like a strip. Cool. So that fixed that. Let's add the delete button that I want to have in here as well. So it will interchange between the inactive and the active for right now. I just don't really like to say deactive. You know what? Let's say inactive. We'll make it inactive. Right? Still fits in there for right now. I did duplicate it. Did I disconnect that? We'll add it to the quest view. We'll add it in there, and instead we'll want to say if the current quest active equals the current. Well, it will never show the inactive and other ones, so it doesn't matter. It will never show it. So we'll just make sure the current active is in here. It will only show this button if it's currently the same one. So we'll make that feature. So put this back to null, and we'll go to UI manager. Hide main quest view. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. And for that button, we'll want to only show it visible. Only show it if the current quest selected.quest equals, can do triple equals here, equals the quest manager main quest. So if it equal the same quest, then we are golden. We'll only show it that time, and let's make sure that we set it to false. So we hooked that up already. We're able to hide it if we want. Also, if I did here, so I make that active, we can automatically just show the inactive here. Oops, inactive button visible. Visibility to true, and we can show the active button visible to false. Right? But if it's null, it's fine. Then we can make this backwards. False, and we'll make the active back to true again. Cool. So let's save that. We'll test that out. We'll test that out. Alright, let's go and add that. Let's do a harvest day again. And let's do chopping trees too. Might as well. Let's go to my thing here. We got harvest day. It'll show up. And now we have an inactive button now. Like I wanted it. But I press it again, it hides it. Well, that was actually pretty fast, by the way. Actually pretty fast, so I'm gonna have to look into that. So I have an inactive here. If I change, it changes back to active because it's a different quest. If I go back, ooh, I gotta change that. Okay, so that's a bug right there. I gotta look into that when I select something else, making sure it only shows the inactive. Got it. Okay. So if I make something else inactive, it'll come out, I'll update it, and it'll hide it afterwards. So now let's fix that bug with here. So it always shows the inactive at all times. So what we want to do instead, only show it if it doesn't equal the main quest. Right. If the current selected quest will never be null, but if the main quest is null, it will never equal itself. So we'll always show it because they're not equal, right? And delete button should always be showing at all times. And let's look at that. Why is it going so fast? What's going on with the animation here? Or hiding. Oh, 0.5, so why is that? Why is it so much faster? Like it's slow here, so why did it go out so fast? Am I missing something I don't know about? Looks about the same. 0.5, adds up 0.5. Easy at 1. Got this. 0. Negative 260. Show. Negative 260. Yeah, I don't know why that one's a lot faster. And like it's 30 FPS on both of them. Unless it went to reset automatically. Wonder if it went to reset automatically. Because you know it's fine. Like if I play it, it goes down. Just fine. Yeah, something has to happen with the reset, I think. What if I don't add it in the reset? Let's turn this off for a second and see if that ended up working. Let's see if that ends up working if I disable that. Ramburo, I don't know if he just posted that question or it was a while ago. Oops, I did not mean to actually move that. I should probably be putting that as locked. The show whole project structure, please. Want to see how large projects look like. I can show that in a bit. Let me just finish what I'm working on right now. Okay, so I shouldn't be moving that at all. Cool. Alright. Let's go. Finish chopping trees. Harvest hay. Let me just test this out and I can show that. I don't know if he's still on stream. Are you still in here? Rumburu? I don't know. I just noticed the comment right now. Alright, so we have this. They'll all show active, and you should not show the inactive. If I make this active, I should be able to inactivate. I'll probably change the color of it, but I'll probably do that later. I can like see that, right? And I can turn it back on. Yeah, it still hides pretty fast. That's strange. I'll probably look at that later. But now if I have something active, which is the trees on top, it should always be active. If it's a new one, it'll show the active, or this one will be inactive because I'm here already. And that should be about it. Cool. So I'll probably change the color of this, maybe. It'll be, I don't know what color it will be, but, and basically that's what I wanted to do. There's still some minor tweaks I would like to do, like I mentioned before. I would like to be able to hide it a little bit in case I don't want it to be on screen at all times. I mean, I can always go back to the screen and hide it, right? As a user, I'm just thinking about a user and how it will make it easier for the player. Because if I have this on screen right now, it will always be on screen, but I can't do nothing with it, right? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so I can't click on it because I'm hovering on something. So the highlighting still works, but I can't click anywhere here until I am outside of this box, which is, it depends on how I want to handle that. If I want this to hide, mouse inputs, I probably shouldn't want to. But anyways, as I was saying before, I don't know if I want this shown at all times. Maybe there's situations where I would just want to hide it, and I can just hide it a little bit, but it's still technically, you know, active. So maybe I can have like another button on the side here. So as I hide it, I will only show that button, and then when I show it, when I click on it, it will show the entire thing. That is a possibility that I can do. Do I want to do that right now? I don't know. One thing I would definitely like to do is to, where is it? I'd like to update that button that I had. Let's put this to the side. Well, I need to find that button right now. Let's go into my directory. Go to my repos. Where is my project? Oh, under Godot. Edenville. Go to my source. No, not sources. I want to go into the game. Go to assets, art. We'll want to find that button real quick. Where would that button be at? That tab. Be under UI then. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so let's open this. So I would like to change this so that we're able to have a different tab for that. Make it easy, make it simple. You mean the quest, right? That is the plan. I'm hoping That's the plan. All right. So let's make this. I'm not familiar too much about. Aseprite still. I'm kind of new to this. All right. So we have this. Let's create a new layer. And this is where we'll be outlining it with this. So in my mind, I kind of wanted like a quest to be like, I don't know if I don't know, I don't definitely not want. And then let's start it with the. It's nasty right now, but we'll fix it. So my main idea is gonna be like this, right? Oops. Right. We'll fix this a little bit. How do I want this to be at right now? I don't want this to be too. It'll make it the whole game intuitive, no secret shortcuts to simple tasks like hide. Yeah, that can be. I just wanted to figure out if there's a way to make it easier for players to not go back into the UI and figure out like, hey, what do I need to do today? And this way we'll make it so that it shows on screen at all times. If they wanted it, they don't have to do it. They don't have to click on it if they don't want to, and just leave it as is. I just given them the option if they wanted to actually do it. But I see what you're trying to say. Right now, I am in testing waters though, so I'm not saying that what I'm writing right now is what I'm actually going to be having in the game. All right. Probably a little bit. So use like a daily quest icon with the number of quests at the top, at the right top corner, with yellow color with the tip. Oh, it's just a tip. Got it. That is an option. But let me. I do not mind some ideas. Currently, I'm just testing what I'm doing right now and see if it feels fine. I wouldn't mind testing other ones as well. Where's my, I don't know where my pen went. So we can do that as well. Let's see. I leave this. This will be my page for thoughts. So like use daily quests. Daily quests. And show number of quests. On top right corner. Okay. Alrighty. I'll put that note down just in case I decide to actually want to do it. See, most games use that way because the amount of UI windows they have to navigate, so they have those icons to make it easy and intuitive to the user experience. Got it. I mean, that is something to know about as well. So thank you for that. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be testing this a little bit and then see how that feels like, and then if it doesn't work out or I don't really like it, I will go with your idea. But I do agree, yeah, going navigating to multiple windows is something that we don't want anybody to do either, because it can get confusing. And I made games like that where it has multiple UIs in the back in the day, and it can get confusing when there's a lot of stuff going on screen with UI. But yeah, thank you for the feedback, Ta. Well, I'm not gonna dedicate too much time on that. I know this is not perfect right now with this. I want to change the background color to something else though. What can be a good background color for this? I mean, blue will still work actually. It's not a bad idea. Just leave it as blue. Maybe I'll make a lighter blue. Oops, that's another layer. Yeah, that didn't change much actually. Yeah, it ends up being the same color as I was before. I'll just leave it like that for now. We'll leave it like that for now. So we'll do a export as, and we'll name it tab 3 for now. Sure, that's fine. All right. If I go to the art section, go to UI. There we go. Now we have that tab, and we can change that. Go to the character menu. We can go to those tabs on top. We can change the texture of it. I'll change it so there's the other one now. I'll load it in. For assets, art, UI. We'll change it to that. Same thing here. Load, assets, arts, UI. UI. Art UI. I'll change that to that. I think it's a little bit too big for sure though. A little paper thing. Requests. Definitely a little bit big than I want it to be. For sure. Alright. Let's go just look at it and see how it looks like right now. So I'm running real quick. Dev tools will add that quest again. Copy trees. Ammo. Harvest. Okay. Alright. So yeah, that definitely, the paper's a lot bigger than I wanted it to be. Definitely do not like that at all. But cool. So now we have all of this stuff in here. As usual, nothing crazy right now. And that's basically the idea. I still want to make tabs for this. Show the icons for the rewards you can be getting. So all these little blue boxes in here are going to be the rewards for completing this quests. I should probably put the description here too, actually. But other than that, I just need the icons here. Have some tabs for active quests. So all the active quests is going to be here, and then the completed quest will be for this tab. So any completed quest will be there. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Let's make sure that in here we display the description. And no, not in that quest cell. It is, what is it? Quest view. Every time I select this, I want to also say the description label, just the way that we had it in the other one. So it will be called a quest manager. Create description. I think for this one as well, will be updated later on. But let me show you what I'm. Right now, we'll only say that word, you know, chop trees, and it'll give you the progress of it, right? What I wanted is to also add a little bit of story into it, like, hey, the elder of the village gave you a quest to do these things and blah blah blah, not just tell you. But that's something that can be done later on. Chopping trees. Oops, I did not mean to paste there. So if I go back here, going here, and now it tells you the font's kind of not great in here either. I gotta change that. But it tells you the description now, saying, hey, chopping trees, and it'll give you the progress. But I would like to create a little bit of story here as well, where I'll be like, the elder of the village give you a quest to check out a cave, or like, depending on the quest, it's gonna be like, there's danger in this area, and go check it out. And then you say that you have to defeat like 5 enemies or whatever. But right now it only shows that for right now. I will, over time, I'll be updating to be able to display that a little bit more descriptive for the description. Then we have these icons in here, which will be the rewards that you'll be getting for this, for either shopping trees or anything of that like. Let's go to the data database real quick right now. Got the rewards. I'll give you the item IDs for this, which is not a bad thing. So if I go to the UI for that, for the rewards, where's the section for all my rewards at? So this is the buttons. We got a container here for all the rewards, and I think I should have a I should have a scene for that. For UI quest reward, free reward cell, and in here we have, let's test out some UI here for items. Let's see, no, not these. I want the actual final icon. So like, hey, cool. So it gives you this amount of stuff, right? Or I just want to make sure the icons look fine here. Just out of fish. Might be under fishes. So here, yeah, that doesn't look that great. It looks all squished up in there. Yeah, I don't want it to be that big either. I wonder if there's a way to change the aspect of this. Is there a way to change the aspect of this and make it a little bit smaller? So it's not like all like... I guess I can do this too. But I just... I'll just leave it like that for now. Well, probably create some code for that and be able to change that, or maybe look into see if there's other things that I can use instead of a 9-patch rack. The other thing I would like to add in here is another label, and this will tell me how much of this thing I'm be getting. So it'll be like X, whatever. Like I'm getting 100 of these. Get a new label for that. Create a fonts. Quick load. Alright. So let's lower the font on that. And I want this to be in the right side. And it's gonna be the top tweets. Or do I want it at the bottom? Probably a bit, definitely a lot smaller. I'm just trying to see which direction do I want it to be in. If the top right, let's do the top right and see how that ends up looking at the end. So this is going to be the quantity of how much I'm going to be getting. I'll create a new script for this, and I want it to be in my, let's see, scripts UI. I thought we named it already. Whatever. Name a UI reward cell. Why? Hold on, maybe I messed up. Hold on. I messed up. Scripts UI. Yeah, it's weird. Let me open it this time. There will be a lot of text from descriptions. It should only show when you click a plus icon to read more from the task, and then all details plus description. So you're saying that it should be like minimal text at first, but if you want more info, you click on a plus icon? Is that what I'm understanding? Oh, it should only show it if you click on the plus icon. Alright, I'll just get some stuff right now. The UI reward. Sell. Oh, it should be class name. And in here, as always, it doesn't actually add the other one. The wrong one, too. I'll just put it on top and delete the other one. I guess we'll do that. Oh, he's saying show only the task title and words and plus icon. Got it. So you're saying if there's a quest that has multiple tasks. Oh, okay. For me in this game, I have no plans. At least I don't think so. I think it'd be just one quest that will only have one task at all times. But at most, if I ever did anything, it will probably be 3. Like, go to this place, check it out, and then it will come to be like, hey, check out. There's enemies here. But I don't think it will ever be more than 3. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah, if there's a lot of tasks for a quest, I can see that being like a really messy UI. I will, you know what? I'll write it down because that's a good point. That's a good point. For, let's see, if quest has many tasks. Oh, you meant quests, okay. That is a good point. So for me right now, how I have it. Hold on, let me do it. Can I play it right now without? I think it should be fine. It's still not final though. This is just something that I just writing it real quick, but I can show you. Show you. Let's just talk to my guy in here real quick, because he adds my quest pretty fast. Give a quest, so this guy gives me 2 quests. So we have these 2, which is going to be scrollable, right? So this is a quest. It doesn't show you description unless you actually click on it, and on the right side will give you all the information for this quest. Right now you can just look at that and be like, hey, I'm currently just shows the title and then the progress of it. And this is the other quest that you have in here. It will give you the what you need to do. You have to harvest whatever and the progress, and you can have more in here, which will be scrollable. But I have 2 more, but it doesn't show you anything on the right side unless you click on it. Actually, I haven't even tested out to see if its scrolling works on this. So let's add 2 more. Yeah, so you should be able to scroll through all your questing here. Another thing I would like to do here is just more like feedback. It's just to say if you're hovering over something, change the color of it. But that's something that can be done later on. Alrighty. When we build a project, we must make it able to scale to future projects. I agree with that. That is true. It'll make it a lot easier when you want to add more stuff in the future, so definitely agree with that. Okay. Oh, in that case, you should reuse the entire panel to show the details on the quest, include the tasks from the quest. The information will fit better. Got it. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, right now I just want to lay it out, make it work. And once I have it in a good place, we can work on actually making it look better. And like you said, being able to scale or for any future updates that it may have. So that's definitely a thought that I will have when I start making the UI be in a better place. I have the assets for the UI because I still need to create that. This is the UI is not going to be where it's going to be at right now. I still need to create the assets for it, and once I am in that place, we can reorganize how all of that stuff is going to look like in the final. So yeah, I'll keep those in mind, Ta. Appreciate all the feedback you're mentioning. Alright, so what was I doing for here? So here is going to be the rewards. And we'd like to create a function here. We can just like this. I'll set that up. We either can pass, we can pass a quest in here. We'll not keep track of it, but we'll use it to determine the rewards that I have here. Let me see what I have in here. Quest. I want to congrats you. This project is amazing. Thank you so much, Todd. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm very appreciate for being here. Definitely helps out. Any feedback, I definitely listen to feedback, so I'm always open to that. And I'm just doing my best, and hopefully it turns out great. So let's see how it holds up. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tom. Alright, so this is the reward ID. Wait, don't I already? Wait, hold on. Don't I already do this somewhere? So right now we have the show quests. then we have clear rewards. And in here, okay, so this is where we show the rewards. Being given by IDs. Okay, well, that actually works out. So instead, what I want to do here then, I want to pass in the ID. I want to pass in that ID instead. I'm always forgetting already what I did yesterday. Reward cell. So instead of quest then, will be the reward item ID, which is a string, and then we'll pass in the quantity of that. And oh, why is it? Why did that go through? That'll be an int. All right, so if I remember correctly, I will not be able to set it because it needs to be on ready, right? So we'll keep some variables in here just to keep track of it. So I'm just gonna call it item ID, which is a string var quantity, which is an int. So that's what I want to keep track of it. Here will be the reward item ID, quantity, and then on the ready function, we'll want to initialize the quantity in here. So we can just do an X, and then we can have a percentage D on it, which then we just pass the quantity in here. It should be text. And the item ID requires a little bit more. There's White Eden. I mean, I like it. Any history. I was thinking of when I was creating this. What I want before I started working on this game, I wanted it to be like a village where initially it was this luscious place, but over time it became not the luscious place. I still trying to finalize the way I want the story. I do have a story on this game right now, but I don't want to spoil it for anything. But it used to be a luscious place, but over time it became not because something happened in the village, and it's not luscious anymore. You ended up going into this village where you ended up finding a house, and then in this house that you ended up buying, it ended up being the main source for the village not being luscious anymore. So you're trying to find out what happened and trying to revert it back to how it was. So that's kind of like Eden, like the Garden of Eden. Everything's luscious and green and all of that. So I was trying not to spoil the story at all, but that's kind of like the main premise of what I'm thinking about when it came to that title. It's still not a final title, but I do like it as well. Edenville. That seems like a pretty good name. But who knows? Let's see if anything changes later on down the line. Alright, so what I want to do here, we got this reward cell. Now that we know the actual type of this, we can actually pass in the reward cell in here, and we can set the data in here. It'll pass in the item ID. Of I, and the rewards, I think if I remember correctly, is a vector 2 array, and I would like to create let's see how I want to do var quantities. It's a vector 2, so in here we have I of item amounts, Yeah, no, that's fine. That's correct. And I would like to create a random quantity out of that. So this is not going to be final because every time I click on this, it's going to show a different type of quantity because it's random, right? If I remember correctly, if I look at my database for my rewards, not this rewards, I had two different variables that I'm iterating through. I believe when I create this quest, this is where it needs to be creating the amount of quantities for this reward instead of me doing it every time I click on it. But for now, we'll leave it like that just to make sure everything's working. I don't know why I closed it, by the way. But yeah, I shouldn't be doing it here, but I should be doing it when I create this quest. So, but for now, I can just write it and then I can just copy it over to the creation of this quest. Let's see, random range between this quantities of the X and Y here. And is this inclusive or exclusive? Both are inclusive. Great. And then we can pass in quantity here. Cool. And then we can go back to reward cell. Make sure everything is looking fine. Okay. So the only thing I need to do is figure out the actual texture of this. I don't really like doing it in here, but we'll just gonna see if it works. We get the item database in here, our item dictionary. Right. So in here we check to see if the item dictionary contains that ID, the item ID, and if it does contain it, we'll want to retrieve the item. And it's going to be a dictionary as well. So item dictionary, we grab it from the item ID. And in here, if I recall correctly, the items in here should have a texture path. So that's what I would like to do, texture dash path. So we go back to script as a texture path. It should be a string, which texture path to this location. And then we want to set the 9 direct texture. And I'm used to doing this in C++ and not in here, but we'll see. Texture path. I'll see if that works. I've never done it this way before. This is a resource. The texture 2D. I don't have to call it instantiate or anything, right? We'll see what works. Let's see if that works. Save, not save. Oh yeah. Yeah, save all scenes. There we go. Weird. I might have clicked on something that wasn't there. Let's run it again. Let's see what see if that ends up working here. Alright, so let's go in here. Let's go to my dev tools. We'll add the quest. Copy trees. We'll go to my channel here. Cool, there we go. It's a little bit too small though, but yeah, the UI needs to be a little bit better. But you know, we get some melons. We got a couple of these and 2 of those. Yeah, it's a little too small right now, but I will be changing the UI on this later on. But hey, we got some textures going on. We can actually see them and see what kind of rewards we're getting for this quest. Cool. Nice. Is there one final thing I would like to do before? I think the last thing is to be able to track these, right? Trying to figure out how I want to handle that case, or be able to track. Because most of my stuff in C++ is in C++, and I need to convert that function to GD script to then mark this quest as a progress that we've done already. Let's see. How do we want to define that? Do I want to do it in manager, in the quest manager? Let's look at my C++ code. So let's look at the place where we're chopping down trees, right? And that is in my game manager class, if I recall. But that should be under nodes managers, game manager here. And we're looking for a function called something on axe complete, I think. Yeah. So here's where we determine we're either chopping down trees or chopping down rocks, or breaking rocks, I should say. And it keeps track of it for the save data. So in some way, I gotta determine whatever I chopped. Either if it's right now it's grass, this is considered hay. I don't need to convert. You can use C with Godot. I'll watch YouTube guy do it. Well, GD and C. Yeah, that's what's great about Godot. You can actually go with different languages in here besides GD, right? You can go C#. I've seen people go with JavaScript as well. And I haven't seen any other language, but you say with C, that's awesome. That's what's great about Godot. You can use whatever language you wanted it to be in, especially if you don't want any GD script. I just went C++ just because I have experience with C++ and I want to get more knowledge of it and how it works in Godot. So, and I worked with Unreal. The previous project I worked on was on Unreal, and I wanted to see if there was anything different compared to Unreal than Godot. I don't know about how it affects performance. I mean C#. Oh, that's what you meant, C. I mean C and C++ is kind of the same. So, but yeah, C#. I heard C# is not bad. I don't think it's that bad in performance. I mean, C++ is actually a lot better, since that's what's under the hood when it comes to Godot. That's what Godot uses under the hood. So that's why C++ is a little bit better, but C# I believe it's almost on par with C++ with performance, unless that changed. All right, so we got hay here, so gotta figure out what would be the best way to handle the case where I did an action and then transfer it all to C++. I mean to GD script to mark that quest active. C sharp, yeah, C sharp is great. C++ and C sharp are my top languages that I know of. So, and I agree. C sharp is a great language. Let's see what I was gonna do. I was thinking of creating a function here in my game manager, so I can have all of this stuff in one function rather than having it in separate areas of the in the code. Where is my game manager here? So I wanted to create just a check for quests progress, and we probably want to pass in some type of questing here that determines what kind of progress we're doing it for. Let's go to my enums real quick. So I have that open. I do not have my enums open. Why? Go to my enums right here. Where are my enums? Enums. Oh, there it is. So let's create a enum quest progress type, and we'll pass in here things where there's could be a lot of this different depending on the quest that we're doing it for. Like say if you have a quest that just says harvest, I could have multiple quests. I mean, if I did something with something that revolves around harvest, like I chop down hay or grass that turns into hay. I could have multiple quests that is part of harvest. So I need to determine what kind of quest progress did I do. I don't want to handle this. If I have multiple, let's say, quests that revolves around chopping trees, do I progress all of them? I think I should. Let's say I have 2 quests, and for a reason, both those quests revolves about chopping down trees, right? I should be able to progress both of them, and not just the quest that you have active. I've never seen a game that does that, so most games will mostly just progress all of those. Which one do you feel can be more creative and less coded extended? By that I mean do more with less lines. I would say C sharp. C sharp has a lot of like functions that it already comes with the engine, or with C sharp, that it makes it a lot easier. Especially where you want to find items in the list, or string concatenation or formatting. And having all those things that C sharp has that C++ doesn't have. In C++ sometimes you have to do it in multiple lines, whereas C sharp you don't have to. It does it right away in one line. So I definitely will say C sharp. And again, also in C#, you don't have to deal with pointers either. In C++ you do, you know. You deal with pointers, you have to make sure that they are deleted. I think what I want to like to do is maybe have two different things in here. I think most of this revolves about action. So this could be harvest and this could be like the target. So the same thing as the quest that I have, which is either an action or a target. So you can have things where you're harvest, right? Or defeat. Well, we'll just write it, and let's say we want to. The type will be kind of like grass. We got slimes. We got enemies as well. Maybe it's just a broad of enemies, not just a specific for slimes. Oh, you mean between GD and C#? I'm still kind of new to GD script, so I wouldn't be able to give you a good answer for that. I'm still learning with GD script. As you saw, if you see my last stream, I learned about stuff I didn't know before. And I'm still learning on it since I never used it. This project is the first time I'm using GD script for the first time. I mean, it's kind of similar to Python. But let's see, can I think of anything? I don't know, I feel like they're about almost the same. I'm gonna have to look at the C# for this game. I don't know if it's a lot different compared to other C# languages I've used. I don't know what kind of classes and data types that they have when it comes to Godot, but I can't think of anything right now, Ta. Because the one I haven't looked at the C# for this game, for Godot, and I'm still learning GD script. But at this very moment, I can probably say they were about the same. Because someone has the same about GD being similar as Python. Whoa, are there people that say they aren't the same? They're very similar. Very interesting that people are saying that they aren't. The only thing I do not like about Python, I mean, Python is a great language, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's not. I just don't like the formatting of it. I mean, it might be just me being biased, just because I'm very. I grew up with using curly brackets and all of that. So if I go to here in GD Quest, if I accidentally added a, an indentation there, everything just crashes. Or starts crying about saying, hey, you have an unintended, and especially if you're doing it in a for loop, you have to make sure that the indentation is perfectly the way it is. Otherwise, it will start getting errors. But I'm just used to having curly brackets in here, putting a curly brackets in here and all of that. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, it's still a powerful language. I'm not saying no to that. Yeah, I still find it better weird that people think it's the same though. Alright, so let's just put this here for now. I want to know, this is how I want to handle when it comes to enums in here. I do. Okay, great. I want to know if this is how I want to handle progressing quests or not. So quest action type, I'll leave it there. Actually, I want to make that capital here. And then we have a target type. What kind of quest target type it's going to be. And in here, cool. Or do I even want it as enum? Because I was thinking of passing it into GD script, right? And just calling something in here that will pass in my quest type. But then when you pass it in here, most likely it will end up being just an enum of 0 and 1s. That should be fine. Okay, let's do this. We'll call that. Let's go to GD script and go to my game manager class. Game manager. I'll have a function. I'll put it at the bottom for now because I don't know if this is how I want to handle it. But we'll have the quest action type here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be passing as an int. We have quest action on a target type. Oh yeah, I'm putting parentheses already. You see what I mean? When you have multiple languages, we learn hard languages, and Python makes it so easy. It turns out to be complicated. To get used to it. I mean, syntax, indentation, yeah. I agree with that. Let's put a printf here for right now. We'll just pass in the quest type here, and a quest target type. I mean, sure work right off the bat though. Let's go back to C++. Let's call this function, and let's go into the ax function that we were at earlier. That's not what I said. Let's do. I put one of my quests to be harvest hay, but you can't harvest hay. Can you? Can you harvest hay? You cut down. You cut down grass, and then eventually create hay. I guess maybe it is harvest. I don't know. One pickaxe. Any deadline for today? My deadline was just to finalize the not final, because it's still not final, but just make the UI work a little bit and be able to track it when you have it active or not. But nothing crazy for today. I have nothing like a big deadline. I think the deadline I already did what I wanted to do today. I'm just going extra right now, and that is just to mark the and be able to progress the quest right now. Alright, so here's where I say on grass, we're chopping down grass. So let's just do that in here, and we'll do a quest. action, quest progress, action type. Now we'll just call harvest, and we can do quest progress, target type. And we'll do grass. We're harvesting grass that will create hay. So let's save that. Let's build it. Oh, it's because I'm running it, right? Is the game still on? It is. That's why. I'll just build it again then. Are you thinking about making the game online, or is this not the purpose? Online, do you mean by multiplayer, or do you mean by people be able to play this game? Making it public for people to play? Like releasing it to the public? Multiplayer. I wanted to. And initially, I kind of was thinking of it, and I have experience in multiplayer, so that's not an issue for me. So that's not a big problem. But for me right now, it'll depend on my current situation that I'm in, just because you know the game industry is kind of not in a good place right now, and I was laid off 2 years ago. And I have not been able to get a job, you know, multiple interviews. I've been ghosted. I've been very close to getting a job. And it all depends on that, because I have no financial money coming in anywhere else other than me doing this side job that I'm doing right now that takes away time from working on this game. And because of that, I don't know. I was planning to get a demo out maybe later this year. So it all depends on what current situation I'm in. It would be great to have a multiplayer for this game and have others be there with you. You know, for those people that want to have multiplayer for this game. But if anything, most likely I'll probably just release it without multiplayer. And if somehow this game ends up being popular, then maybe I'll add multiplayer later on down the line. So as of right now, just making sure I write my code to be in a good place when it comes to multiplayer, so it won't be hard later on. Yeah, it's going to be difficult because you have to refact the entire project. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about right now, is that as I'm writing the code that I'm writing right now, I'm making sure that it kind of works with multiplayer if I ever end up doing it in the future. So it won't be too difficult later down the line. So I'm keeping that in mind as I'm writing the code and adding features to this game. And keeping it multiplayer friendly later down the line, because I know, yeah, it could be difficult later on down the line if you don't keep that in mind. What was I at earlier? Did I build it? Right, I built it already. I guess we're testing it right now. But I'm thinking, as for this one being the first time, if I ever do end up doing multiplayer, I won't be too like crazy multiplayer. It will just be you being able to see others in the game, or anything that you do will not affect anybody else's. Like when it comes to quests, I don't have plans on making it so that you're like in a party together, and everything you do will be adding it to others. So everything you do, you're gonna be doing in the game is gonna be for yourself. Anything that you see in the game will most likely just be yourself, maybe. I don't know yet. The only multiplayer part of it is you'll be able to see other people with you, and you'll be able to walk around together and all of that. If I ever do go in that route. It all depends on how much time I have. Otherwise, this game will never be released, you know? Oh yeah, so we're not doing any quests right now. We want to see if we're able to shop down stuff. And I do not have any shopping materials for this. So let's add it to the player right now. What do we call it? Cool. What's it called? No, is it axe? Oh, there it is. Tool scythe. Tool scythe. That's what I want to add to myself. Tool scythe. So I should have that scythe thing here with me now. So if I go in here, I have that scythe, chop down, and I can see the action here, both being zeros. And in here, then I can pass it into Quest Manager. Read description, function. Check quest progress, or we'll just call it that. We'll change the name of it after. Check quest progress. We'll pass in the quest action of int and the quest action or quest target of int. Let's do a pass. So right now each quest has an action in the target, and let's see, quest target. Dave, yes, you should start to bring some kind of you enjoy to the game already, thinking for multiplayer feature like monster quests, hunter quests, new worlds, etc. to bring some kind to experience to player. Yeah. The one single player and another one multiplayer. If anything, this game will probably just be single, and then hopefully after this one, the next game that I work on will be multiplayer, and hopefully I'm in a better place financially. Because if I keep adding features to this game, I will never be finished. So I would like to be able to release something. So at the current time that I'm in right now, there's I don't have a lot of time when it comes to working on this game. So there's very little time throughout the day if I do end up working on it. So it will depend on that, but most likely it will be single. And then the next game will probably be multiplayer or something. We'll see how that ends up working. So I don't want to make it too crazy right now. All right. What are enums? So we have harvest. Actually, I'm gonna put it on this side. So. Question. So if I have, or is it just without it? Actually, I don't remember. There we go. So kind of new when it comes to this. Let me see how that works. If I do decide to do it this way, so we got harvest, and it's a constant. What I want to do with this, or maybe what I want to do instead of doing this will be just will be an array instead of strings, because it will give me tangible animations. Welcome, buddy. Welcome to the stream. So in this case, it will give me, actually probably put it lowercase. Let's do it lowercase instead of making it big. And the same thing will be for target. So I'll name this target, press target. And I have it for like, get grass, lines. Okay, and in here, I want to get the quest action string. Oh, we'll get the quest action by getting the quest action here. This should be index, by the way. Right? Index. Bar quest target string quest target, and it'll be the index of this. Then I want to iterate through all my quests that I have active. So on my active quests, so for quest in quest active, and just to double check, this is going to be a quest. So any quest that has the action to equal the quest action that I have that I want to progress, and quest target that has the quest target. So any quest that have both of those things the same, we want to mark or increase a function for it already, which is passing the quest UID on it. Did I mess up something? Oh, you know what? I want the values of that because this is a dictionary. And I want to increase the progress by that UID, and this function will increase the progress And then if it's completed, we'll mark it complete and move it over to completed quests already. And after doing so, maybe I have a boolean outside. Any progress made. I have a boolean, set that to false. And if I didn't make any progress, if any progress was made, I want to alert the UI and make changes to it. Alright, this is just full. Okay. And I want to alert the UI that there were some changes in it. They use Udemy to use your knowledge to teach others and earn enough to get a server to multiplayer and such other things. Just try. They use Udemy to teach others to learn. And yeah, I can do that too. I can create an account there and be able to teach others as well. I'll give that a thought. I'll do some research on that and see how that works. And I guess you get paid depending how many clicks you get on your video, I guess. Okay, so we have this progress made. If any progress was made, and we have a signal in here. Let's put a signal in here that we can hook up quest progress. Made for now, I guess. We'll just name it that. And if there was any progress made, we'll emit that function. And let's see what I want to do. I want to do it on the quest view. What if I don't have it open? Yeah, it has to be here. Yeah, we'll be just fine. So what we can do then, the computer, function ready. Forgive me about the noise, guys. Construction happening. Quest manager. Progress made. We'll connect it to a function in here. Let's put it here. Update UI. I'll put a pass for now, just so I don't have that error there. Where does this connect? Here it is. Well connected to this UI. And once connecting to it, guess I'll just let's see how I want to handle this to update the UI. I think it's the easier route was just to just make it so that it goes back to active tab and just redoes everything again. We'll do that. Let's go back to game manager. Make sure we actually call this function because we don't. Quest manager. Check for progress. We'll pass in this quest type and target type in here. Okay. We're one step closer. And then when you get in there, I called grass, but I think I called it hay in here if I recall correctly. Harvest hay. The target should be grass, because technically you're getting grass. You're harvesting grass, not hay. And to be able to get some hay out of it. Okay. Alright, so let's back out. Let's go back here because this database is kind of buggy and sometimes it doesn't save stuff. Grass. Okay, so let's try it. Let's do a harvest hay. So I'm gonna add that, and then we'll try it out and see if it actually, if at all, increases. And then I guess once I have that working, I think I'm gonna be calling it. I actually don't have the tool for the scythe either, huh? So I add the scythe to myself. I'll add that. I'll drag it, make that active. And I have to add the quest too. So let's add the harvest hay. So let's double check I have it. So it's there. I need to update the UI, so it updates a 0 to 30. Okay. And then up some of that grass, and it crashed on me. What happened here? Oh, you can't. I thought about it. It happens in C# too. That you can't do this while you're iterating a for loop, right? So invalid access to property or key on a base object of type dictionary. But it's a quest. Do I have to change it to a quest and then? Let's see. Let's look it up just to double check and see if that is what I'm thinking the error is. GD script, invalid access, property or key on a base object of type dictionary. Not that one. Now we'll try that out. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. So what I'm thinking about, what this error is saying, we call it quest. I could be wrong though, but we'll see what happens. We'll get the quest active of this UID. We'll increment the progress of that. I don't know if it automatically increases. Would it automatically increase? Does it keep the same type? We'll find out. Because I mean, it is that quest and it technically should. I don't know if he copies it and creates a new object out of it and creates a new memory address for it. This will be the test, unless it crashes, it gives me the same error. Let's go in here, we'll do the same thing again. Tool scythe, we'll add it, and then we'll add that harvest hay. So let's go in here, do that. Let's make sure I have that. Sweets. Let's go in here and let's see if it crashes again. And it did. So the same thing here. They ended up working here. And they increased it by 1. They went through. So the problem is being able to access a variable on a dictionary, even though this is a type dictionary, that is a quest. Very strange. Strange indeed, but good to know that I can't do that. Okay, where was I? I lost my place. So actually, this shouldn't even be quest completed. It should just say quest progress. If it's greater than that, mark that as complete. That's what we're finding out right now. Errors. But good to know that I can't do that. Alright. Go scythe and then harvest hay. Let's get that scythe in place. Cool. Did it progress my quest at all? Yes. Look at that. 1 out of 30 now. Let's go. So let's do a couple more. That should be 2. We got 3. 4. That's in the corner over here. Can I not do that in here? Interesting. I'm gonna have to check on that bug later. Cool. Alright, I lost count, so there we go. 8 out of 30. Let's go. Cool, so it ends up working then. I don't know if I like the way that I'm doing to determine the progress of it, because not only I have to keep track of this in C++, I have to do the same. So I'm keeping track of 2 different things that, but I mean, not like I can talk through GD script. And I mean, another thing I could do, I think I'll have to think about this a little bit more, because this will probably be not the best way of writing this right now, because there's 2 different places that we're trying to do it. I don't know. I mean, I've seen multiplayer code before, and that's how they do it. When they have one on the server, they have one on the client side, and there are 2 enums that are exactly the same thing. So I'll see if there's a better way of doing it, but as of right now, it ends up working. And that's only if these matches the same thing in the database. So maybe I should say 3 things that I should keep track of, because they gotta match the action, they gotta match the target inside of this database, do the same thing in here, that they both match, and then also do it in C++. So technically it's 3. So yeah, I'll think about it off screen and see how that ends up being, but as of right now, we have some progression going on. The UI needs to look a lot better for sure, so I'm aware of that, but my goal was just to make it work and be able to progress into it, and we've done that. So cool. Cool. So I guess I'm gonna be calling it there, guys. I am good. I'll be streaming almost 3 hours. Oof. Time flies when you're doing stuff. Time flies when you're doing fun stuff, guys. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna be heading out. I hope you guys have a great day, a wonderful night, depending on your time. And thank you guys for joining me on the stream. And yeah, I'll be doing another live on Saturday, like I usually. So it'll be every Saturday. So I'll see you guys there. All right then, guys. Have a great day. See ya.